필요였대요. 밑에 구웠으면 피치. The red one, what do you think be? And take the red you took away. There's paper that! He ain't wanting power.